Let's shift our focus to the 55th session of UN Human Rights Council in Geneva, in which India reacted sharply to Pakistan after it raked up the Kashmir narrative once again and meddled false and baseless accusations against India. New Delhi reiterated that the entire Jammu and Kashmir is a part of India. Indian diplomat Anupama Singh hit out at Pakistan during the Right to Reply segment. A report.
Pakistan's obsession with Kashmir is as old as its creation. For Kashmir, Pakistan staked its sovereignty, its identity, its economy, and even the lives of its citizens. The country's long-standing fixation on Kashmir doesn't appear to be waning anytime soon, as Islamabad continues to bring up the Kashmir issue in the United Nations. While exercising its right of reply in the United Nations Human Rights Council, India gave a staunch response to Pakistan for the mention of Jammu and Kashmir on the platform. Anupama Singh, the first secretary in the permanent mission of India to the UN in Geneva at the 55th regular session of the UN Human Rights Council, condemned Pakistan's misuse of the Council's platform to spread false accusations against India. She reiterated that the entire Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are an integral and inalienable part of India.
With regard to the extensive references to India made by Pakistan, we note that it is deeply unfortunate for the Council's platform to have once again been misused to make patently false allegations against India. We are constrained to respond. The entire Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are an integral and inalienable part of India, and the constitutional measures taken by the Government of India to ensure socio-economic development and good governance in the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir are matters internal to India. Pakistan has no locus standi to pronounce on matters that are internal to India.
Addressing Pakistan's human rights record, she highlighted the persecution of minorities in Pakistan. The Indian diplomat cited the large-scale brutality perpetrated against a minority Christian community in Jarawala, Pakistan in August 2023, when 19 churches were gutted and 89 Christian houses burned down.
A country that has institutionalized the systemic persecution of its own minorities and has a truly abysmal human rights record, commenting on India, which is demonstrably making great strides in achieving economic progress and social justice, is not merely ironical but perverse. A glaring example was large-scale brutality perpetrated against minority Christian community in Jarawala in Pakistan in August 2023, when 19 churches were gutted and 89 Christian houses burnt down.
As a victim of cross-border terrorism for several decades, India has been at the forefront of the fight against terrorism. Slamming Islamabad for being a terror state, India also reiterated that Pakistan has an established history of actively supporting terror groups and holds the shameful record of hosting the largest number of terrorists proscribed by the UN Security Council.
A country that hosts and even celebrates UNHRC-sanctioned terrorists, commenting on India, whose pluralistic ethos and democratic credentials are exemplars for the world, is a contrast for everyone to see. Mr. President, I'll conclude by only emphasizing that we cannot pay any further attention to a country that speaks while being soaked in red. The red of the bloodshed from the terrorism it sponsors around the world, the red of its debt-riddled national balance sheets, and the red of the shame its own people feel for their government having failed to serve their actual interests.
Pakistan, since decades, has been using all global platforms to spew venom against India. Its representatives pass fabricated and slanderous statements to further their anti-India propaganda, but eventually, to its much embarrassment, India puts the truth forward, hence exposing all of its lies and immoral terror connections.